Histe, Rosemary McCombs Maxie, Chahojifkados. Gachalgit, Amalegidados. Jeffki Daddy, Dave McCombs, Chachkit, Sarah McCombs, Omagimats. Chachkit, Gachalgit, Omov, Chathkit, Nogozalgit, Omimats. Chathki, Gay Leji, Imidalwadon. Chachkit, Arbika Hachisufki, Gay Hodin, Legi Domats, Manabagit, Omadis. Miguzabalgit, Omagimats. Chathki, Tashkigi, Indian Baptist Church, Eufaula Dimbi Legad, Man A Osidon, Chachkit, Wilgofki, Man Legit Omadis. Chathki Iskinagadon Chachkit, Hoktak Simiyabayat Omimats. Migurapka Chogo Dalgosin Githlit, A Jajolimats. Man Wilgofki Istumi Fullagadi, Chimonaida Gunt Omes. Ama Julgia, Sulgin, Sinijega, Nak, Omalga, Chimonayakahana Kodos, in Hobogosin, Chimonayatis. Chahitskadi Abagosin, Migosapkajogo, Sajabi Hoyadis. Chalitska, Mon Chothako, Adakaid, Abid, Omi Mats. Aida, Agithkat, Kulabaget, Omis. Bom Idokalgida, Tlako, Nitta, Othigomungan, Flydi, Dajaro, Adigan, Oh Abihid, Oh Hayadijid, Omi Mats. Flydi, Ilawitska, Dun, Humbida Sigon, Abihid, Habu Hayid, Folid, Hoktala Gidat, Awahit, Idoalgin Fulit, Migosabit Fularoven, Hunandagit, Eden, Abihit, Migosabagit, Omadis. Hadom, Ihamichit, Idokalgit, Istomi, Migosapka, Fuladi, Idimoneagit, Idimokithkujaget, Omonks. Nak Nahoskubej Dayat, Imfulat, Idimonayat, Idimigusabit, Idimiyaskit, Fuldoni nuts. Tajak Chuzidat, Hoktagit, Migusapkachugo, Hazadijit, Habo Hayagen, Hombida Novejaget, Fulloven, Honandagi, Fitten, Hazadijit, Idodes, Wasit, we were Asjawit, Mididagak Dumimats. Hadam, Hasaklat Gov, Migosapka, Yahegida, Ithkinagida, Des Ojaget, Lisboyak Noat, no Jets Dumimats. We are go Migosapka Jo. Tajahuda, Nak, Omolga, Hadam, Adilokit. So Bilejalgi, yo Yejen, Hisagidimisi, Alaquijit, Yahegaget, Migosabaget, Itkinaraget, Hombaget, Fuldoin, Man Abagit, Ajajolimats. Ajajoli both, Puidagi, Fullagat, Pumitskali, Hoktak Simiyabaya, Noctis, Pumahayagimats, Ajajolov. Hoktak Simiyabaya, Takfulen. Anidun Chachki, Sarah McCombs, Judy Proctor, Lula Proctor, Tutkusidoimats, Maddie Harjo, Annie Spaniard. Miski Omov, Chogatlako, Agidijit, Fulligas, Pogomit, Pumididagagimats. Ubuidagi, Hannah Dalova Facha Abugad, Yejit, Idokalgit, Vacation Bible School, Hahoin, Fuliedis. Hombidadas Punhayagit, Fulduimats, Annie Bird, and Judy Proctor. Istumi hoktagi full diet, des bumahayaget, bum sihaget, migusabit, hoktagi in fullida bumahayagi dumimats. Lobetagit fulligas bugomit, askit alidados maragimats. Hayomi, Jimadut gidados magit, bumahayaget, omen. Jim awuleja. Ano gijitskat, ida bomin, ano gijus, Jesus magadis. Mat mahagados gedit, bumonado honmats. Hayomat, bumadulagi, abiitos. Bumit, ilga hostigi, adutkida punwe hogadi, mijit fulida gomid os. Yet hoktagi, wilgofki. Manejelgi, Liza Proctor, Della Proctor, Cheryl Gouge, Lula Proctor, Ani, man fullit os. Ist die Ida abubagit, fullagit und adutgit ab manejagat, man hintlidon wigofki migos apkajo, legidos, mado, manadigos. So, my name is Rosemary, McCombs Maxie, and I'm from the Panther clan. My father was Dave McCombs, and he was from the Bear clan and from Tuskegee Baptist Church. My mother was from Uyogofki, and she's Panther clan, and from what was known as Arbikahachisufki, and on the Dawes Rolls, it's Daladiga. We attended Uyogofki Baptist Church from the time I was born until now, and I've lived a long, healthy life, am living a long, healthy life. And so rather than give all the details, I will just give the sketch of what we did back in the olden times. And so I'm old enough to remember when we went to church, we went by a horse-drawn wagon, and the weekends of fourth Sunday, we would go on Friday and stay through Sunday. And Friday was the day that we gave our testimonies. The testimony was called Ilawitska. And so we would go and fast all that morning. And the elder women would go out on the campus, the grounds of about 40 acres, and go out and pick out a place where they would pray, offer prayers. And then the men went into a different location and had their prayer time and prayed for the well-being of the community as well as for the church. Then we would gather together a little bit before noon and tell one another what kinds of lives we had lived since the last time we told our testimonies. So our parents would talk about who they had seen and talked to from other churches, or they would tell about some place where they had experienced the presence of God, or something of that nature. And then they would also confess their sins to one another, not just to the one above, but to each other. And they would ask for forgiveness, and there would be a hand of fellowship to recognize that forgiveness. So that was an all-day kind of event, and after we had told our testimonies, we would eat, and then that evening would have services, church service. And then Saturday was devoted to cleaning up the grounds and cleaning the camp houses and getting ready for what visitors might come on Sunday. And so it was a busy time. And the children who came, we played together and made things or whatever else. We tried not to get into mischief. So after that was another service on Saturday night, and often visitors came and were with us at that time. Then Sunday was the big event, and that's when we had guest preachers come, and it was an all-day event where the visiting ministers would preach in sequence, and then in the evenings, if it was the Lord's Supper Sunday or a communion service Sunday, then that was administered, and then we would dismiss and go home. And it seemed like a long trip for a preschooler. As I grew up, the women of the church wanted all of us to have opportunities to learn more about the Christian path that we had chosen, and also to talk about the Bible and other things to encourage us. They also talked about community ministries and the importance of loving your neighbor as much as you love yourself. And that was our commission. And they acted it out by being benevolent people, and we participated with our mothers and grandmothers in that ministry. And then they taught us about how to do those kinds of things, and we did. And so today, 50, 60 years later, we are still doing that in bits and pieces. And the children of the women's leaders are the ones who gather and do these things. But we have been joined by a lot of other wonderful people who help make the ministry of Mvskoke Church a full embodiment of the love of God. That's it.